We've been crushing ever since we've been making asphalt hot mix. It's beneficial to us to do it more cost effective because we can throw, recycled asphalt back into the mix and we use less virgin material that way. So basically on the job, they're grinding, loading up trucks, bringing it in here, and we've got a broken pile right here. Our loader will put the grindings or whatever broken we have in the pile there into the crusher, into the hopper, goes through the impactor, gets screened out into 2 different sizes. We have what we call a frap. We have a coarse frap and a fine frap on the other end, basically 3/8 minus, and we have like a 3/16 fine screen as well. And that gets put back into our mix on the other end. Guy Dixon, I work for Builders Asphalt, and I'm plant and crusher manager.
It's a recycle operation for both asphalt and concrete. It's 5260 with a 2520 screen, doing both products, both asphalt and concrete. Just recycle whatever comes in. Andy Bazan, Finkbeiner Equipment Company, Vice President of Sales for Finkbeiner. So the 2 products are a fine and a coarse that they use on the asphalt, and it's basically for 2 different kinds of mixes that they recycle back into the asphalt mix. The asphalt plant is directly adjacent to it, and they just transfer that material to the hoppers there, and then they load it right into the asphalt plant for the products. The 2 products have 2 separate storage bins that are used, and depending on what mix they make, they take that material to recycle. So the pile's been accumulating and has been here for years and years, so sometimes you don't know what's in that pile. Having the 5260 gives you that flexibility to take large pieces and be able to handle them. And then at the same time, if you got millings, you can just process the millings through the screening side of it. It's similar to that in concrete. It's just a tougher application in concrete with the steel that you run into on an impactor. .5260 is the big impactor. When you're doing the concrete, it allows you a bigger feed opening so you can handle that material just with an impactor. In the asphalt, it actually becomes more of a screening operation. That's why we need the 5x20 to handle that volume. We like the big feeder on there. The 18-foot feeder on there allows you to dump material into the hopper and not be on the grizzly bars to do that. That's a KPI feature that we see in some of their other products that's really beneficial.
The hydraulic controls for the impactor are something that's very time efficient. The portability and the compact nature of it are 2 great benefits. Less recycle time is great because the more spread out your plant is, the more recycle time you have, cuts into production. We don't make any modifications besides for the asphalt. We run 3/8 minus, so that's our coarse. And then for the concrete itself, that's like 1.5 inches minus.
So I think that's been beneficial in being able to get us to those fine cuts. The multi-screen does that better than a conventional screen to do that. Those fine cuts take a lot of surface area to get that product through the screen cloth. Being electric is a big advantage here. Here in the urban environment, they wanted to be electric. It's cleaner, less noise. Having that ability was a big advantage for us.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely helps us stay competitive.
Maintenance is a big thing with all crushers. You have to be ahead of it, not behind it. Being able to crush 9 hours a day and maybe 1 hour a day maintenance every day. We've tried to be part of that and instructing their people on how to do that. Actually, Tom, one of the apprentice that's here, said he's been taking the online courses at KPI to become familiar with it. So I thought that was really interesting. A young guy would take the initiative to look online to see the information that's there by KPI to do that. So.
Having the relationship with the manufacturer is great. They're familiar with your needs, they're familiar with your working environment, and therefore they can work with you a little bit better, as far as parts, needs in general.
You know, the Made in America is a great thing. The thing that it brings you is the support is here. I don't have to get it from someplace else. I can get it from KPI or Astec frequently the same day. That's a big asset for us.
It's all about availability of parts. You know, it just depends on who the manufacturer is, where it came from, how easy the parts are to get. It all comes into an account. It's been great. We have had a lot of help from Finkbeiner coming out, showing guys the plan, getting them familiarized with the crusher itself. And as far as procedures are concerned, you know, changing screens out, belts, what to look for, all that stuff.
So they've been really gracious to work with us. They're one of the larger contractors here in the Chicagoland market, and will continue to be that. They're in a growth spurt where they're updating their old equipment with new equipment, and this was one of the pieces that was part of that update process.
Yeah, I think we're always looking to grow. I think we're just trying to do it incrementally, and I think that we're going in the right direction right now.